Okay, it's Monday and I'm like kind of nearing. I don't want to pay for another night in Mammoth, but I also don't want to go back to the trail so soon. It's like 8 a.m. I'm hanging out in the hotel room until I can't anymore, which I believe is 11 a.m. And then I will take the bus. No, then I'll hang out in town for a bit, and then I'll take the bus back to Horseshoe area. Sorry, I don't know, when people walk by and I'm like talking to myself, I'm like, what? Yeah, Oreo just left, which is kind of sad. She's going to her mom's house for at least a few zeros because of her ankle, which is really sad because I enjoyed being around her and talking with her and hiking near her, etc. But that's okay. So I'll be here for myself here, and then hang out in town for a bit, and then get back on trail. Also, I was supposed to only resupply for like 2 days to the Tuolumne Meadows store, and someone tell me why my bear canister is full. It's usually full when I have 5 or 6 days, but why? Like, how did I do that? By accident. Like, I'm always bringing too much food or not enough food. So that's a little silly. And I have food that's not even in the bear canister. Yeah. All right, I got new socks and a new water filter because my old one froze. They don't do darn tough exchanges anywhere in town, which makes sense, but sucks. So I can't cash in the lifetime warranty on my pair that got holes in them. I just had to buy a new one, but it's fine. And now I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and get a coffee and use the Wi-Fi and hang out for a while. Okay, it's almost 4 p.m. and I finally escaped Mammoth. I was at the coffee shop for from 10:30 to 3-ish, something like that. I got some coffee and a treat, and I was doing my video editing and other internet chores. And then also, I had an hour-long conversation with this woman who hiked some or most of the PCT back in 1995, and has also done a bunch of other traveling, and is a writer, and had some really insightful things to say, and we had a lot in common, and it was really cool. She just approached me while I was in line because she had seen my pack outside the cafe, and then I sat with her and we talked for a while. Now I'm on the Mammoth Pass Trail to Red's Meadow, and it might be sprinkling. I think first rain since I started the first 2 days. It's also relatively cold out, so I'm hoping it stays like it is, which is a light sprinkle. But we'll see. It could be an interesting night. But I don't know. Being from Virginia and having done the AT, this feels overdue. But it's kind of funny, and it's very cloudy. It hasn't been this cloudy ever. I mean, since my first few days. But I'm doing well. Town was pretty rejuvenating. Even just spending one night there, as much as I love a zero, could not justify a Mammoth this zero. The wallet would not be able to take it. I theoretically only bought food for 2 days, but my bear kit is full. I think I said that earlier. Although not too heavy. Also, my shoes ripped open, which I'll show later. I'm not really sure how to fix it. Or at least fix it enough until my next pair of shoes comes to Tahoe in 10 days. 10 or 12 days. Which I'm also probably going to end up there over 4th of July weekend, which is a horrible timing. There's going to be nowhere to stay. It's going to be crazy. But anyway, hoping my shoe holds out until then. I have some duct tape if need be. But for now, just going to hike, literally doing a few miles, probably going to get to Red's, and find a spot somewhere around there. Yeah, not going to pay for the campground, but it might still be closed, in which case I don't think they care, or I'll just find somewhere random. But today is just about getting out of town. Yeah. Also, these trails are so nice because of how many people use them being in Mammoth Lakes. And it's so interesting being in town and like around town and around the lakes and all that stuff, because I've never really been to like a proper built up West Coast resort town, if that makes sense. And so it's kind of crazy just to see like all of these people with bikes of various kinds, and like the campground's like swarmed. I think because it's, you know, summer and people are on break, and like I can only imagine how crazy it is in the winters when the slopes are actually open and the ski resort is actually open, which is like the main thing. But it was just like kind of fascinating, like cool that so many people are taking advantage of those like recreation opportunities, and that there's such like a culture around it. Well, I don't know if it's a culture or an industry or a bit of both, but yeah, it was kind of weird. It was just, I don't know, it was interesting. Some cool views and some menacing clouds. Alright, so I'm at the Meadow Campground, which apparently, like, technically is still closed, which means backpackers are camping here without paying. Apparently the lady at the store said that it was kind of just like on the down low fine, which is kind of sick, because it's like I get my own picnic table and a bear box and my own little like actual flat spot, and I picked a spot a little further in the loop from the trail, so hopefully I can also have a little bit of privacy, but like this is pretty sick. Also, I just wanted to say, so I got this platypus filter to replace my Sawyer that I froze, and I had wanted the same Sawyer, but they only had Sawyer minis, which like suck, and so I was actually kind of pissed off that I had to get this. It was like $55 as opposed to like the $40 that the Sawyer is, but look, I'm no longer pissed off. Look at how freaking fast this thing filters water. It says it goes up to like 3 liters a minute, but it's like so easy breezy. It's amazing. I actually love it. Definitely worth the $55. So shout out the platypus, I think quick draw, I don't know.